And we're live.
We are live.
Welcome, YouTube and Twitchers.
100, almost 100 countries now, right?
Over
100 countries. See what happens when I go on vacation?
Definitely over.
Over 100 countries. Over 1 million YouTube views.
Thank you, YouTubers.
That's a beautiful thing. Welcome to the Chris and Mike Show. He's Mike. I'm Chris. Portion of the show is brought to you by Riverside FM, the one and only choice for podcasting platforms, at least in our mind. Remember, we are live on Twitch, YouTube, and chrisandmikeshow.com. That's just chrisandmikeshow.com. There's no "the" in that. So you can join us there to see this live before it actually gets all edited down. So this is the raw, relevant content. We're here today with Suzanne Walker from Suzanne's band. She's going to give us a little intro to who she is, why she's here, and what she's all about, and why she wanted to come on the world-famous Chris and Mike Show.
But we're going to call her Mia. Welcome,
Oh, Mia, that's right. Mia, I forgot. Okay.
And
Mia,
Bill.
we're calling her Mia. Never mind. It's not Suzanne. It's Mia.
But it's Suzanne's band. Try
Suzanne's
and keep
band.
up here, people. Try and keep up.
Yeah. And just so you know, Mia's the one in glasses. Bill's Bill, not Mia.
Yes. Hey,
You know.
things can get squirrely these days.
You
We
know.
got to confirm, folks. Welcome, Mia and Bill.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. It's so great to be here. There's one in every crowd, right?
I don't have my glasses on either, so tell Bill I can't see anything as well.
Well, like the guys mentioned, I am Mia Suzanne Walker. I'm with Suzanne's band, and I'm actually on air here today to talk about Bandana Woman, which is our new album that just came out.
Nice.
Bring that a little closer, please, Mia.
Yeah, bring it a little closer to the camera. Bandana Woman.
Very cool.
Bandana Woman, yeah.
I like that cover.
Yep. Somebody jokingly said, "What's Banana Woman?" And I said, "No, bandana, like, country pop."
Yeah. Oh, okay. So
But
that's what you are? So country pop?
Yeah, that's what this particular album is for sure. I
Okay.
get thrown in the Americana category a lot.
I like
with
that
the
too.
music, just because there's a lot of variety
Okay.
in there. But this particular one, we tried to make the arrow hit more along those lines. If I was going to describe it to somebody, if you like Jimmy Buffett, Shania Twain, and Sheryl Crow, that's kind of my vibe.
I'm a fan of
Okay.
all of them. Can I ask
Well,
you a question real quick, Mia?
Sure.
Are you signed to a record label?
No, I'm not. Not
This
yet.
is an independent release?
It sure is.
Okay, do you
Nice.
mind if Chris plays some of this?
Oh, sure.
Because I want to hear it. You sparked my interest.
Yeah.
Here we go. You ask and you shall receive, Mike. This is the Kenny Store.
Sitting by the river, over the hill, a little rustic shed where I probably will spend a few hours squeezing some limes, shooting a breeze, and feeling fine at the Kenny store. Country home cooking and a
Ooh.
rockin' dance floor.
Nice.
Come on
Very
in
nice.
and shut the front door at the Kenny store.
Okay, so what's the Kenny Store? Is that a local like bar type thing or what?
Well, they're a music venue that's about an hour northwest of the
Okay.
Houston area. And it's a big time music venue. A lot of people like to play there. They're also a restaurant. They do have a small bar area, but they're mostly known for their country western dancing. And
Okay.
Yeah. We got a big stage out back where they have a lot of touring acts that come through there.
Oh, cool.
Regular basis.
Now, that's
Yeah.
you on the drums, Bill?
No, that was a studio
No.
guy on the drums. I sound
Okay.
much better.
Oh,
I
man,
like that
I hope-
answer.
I hope
There were-
he's not
there
going to be
was-
listening to this.
There
Oh,
were
man.
some
So lower
fighting
now.
words.
Listen, there is nothing wrong with that statement at all because Bill will say that's a fine drum track, but I'm better. I like that
Oh,
statement. That's,
man.
Yep.
I use a studio band for the recording, and then I have a
Okay.
different group that plays live just because of schedules and,
sure.
you know, and different skill sets and all them
Sure.
sorts of things. It's been easier to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I think Chris and I have found that most musicians these days are going that route because it's hard to get everybody's schedule aligned at the same time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, when you're available, the studio's available. It's like trying to herd, you know, as they say, wet cats and all that, trying to get it together. But yeah, the Kenny store is a place that if you're in the music scene, you always would like to play there. And so I
Cool.
thought, well, maybe I can write a song about it, and it'll, you know, get up the charts or whatever. And then
Brilliant.
they want to have us, you know, over. We've been there, we've eaten dinner there, we filmed the music video there, but we're still on the list. Eventually they kind of book out a long way, so I don't know whether we'll get in, but that was the kind of the gist on the song. It's also a good opener for the album, you know, come on in and shut the front door.
Sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kind of opens up for the rest of the songs on the album. There are some beachy ones on there. We've got several videos that have been released over the last few months. The Kenny Store was the first one. The last song on the album, Cruising With You, which is exactly what it's about. Just cruising around the Houston area with Bill and all that on a night out in general. So, and then two more tropical ones in a tropical depression, which is something we have here in the South. A lot of those cruise by. So I thought that was a cool song to write. And then Far, Far Away is the video that just dropped last month. And that's a nice beachy one. So if you want to get your summer fix, check out some of those videos.
So,
Absolutely.
question for you on your the story of Suzanne's band on the website. It talks about your recent acceptance into the Recording Academy. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was a surprise. It happened during COVID in 2020.
Okay.
And that's when I got the first notice on it, and kind of unexpected, you know, since I'd only had the business a few years at that point. But it was really nice to have that as an option. And so all the releases from that point on all go into the Grammys for review, and they've all been accepted into the voting every year.
Cool.
But
Congratulations.
no
Yeah,
winners
that's
yet.
fantastic.
No,
Okay.
no winners or nominations, but I keep trying, you know, like they say, what is it you always say about the lottery? You can't win if you don't enter.
Don't play. If you don't play, you
That's so
can't win
true.
if you don't play. Now
Yeah,
you
there you go.
keep referring to this as a business.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
kind of throw me for a loop there because I look at it as you're a band. I mean, I get there's a business side of it, but you're talking like it's more of a business than a band. Am I misreading that statement?
It's a little bit of everything. We do solo, duo, trio, and full band, you know, for
Okay.
performances.
Okay.
But with the original music that's out there, you have to have time during your day when you can promote your original songs, because that's
Sure.
going to help create some income while you're trying to get out there and play live. So,
Right.
you know, it is, you know, it's set up as a business and it does operate that way.
Okay.
And because of the amount of different aspects that we have, different places we can play and different formats, it does sort of operate that way for sure. You know, you have to look at it from that way in a lot of ways, that, you know, we're not just a band that plays out. We have all these different formats that people can hire for their occasion.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. That's why I was getting that. Because to me, when
Yeah.
you started saying business, I was thinking, okay, just
Yep.
like Mike had asked if you were signed. So then I automatically went to where maybe she's a label and she's representing artists as well as her own self. So that helps me understand what you're framing as business side. So thank you for that.
Sure.
And now this is Bill and you and Bill with the drumstick. See that, Mike?
Yes.
I do.
Hey,
Yeah,
Back
so-
when I didn't have much hair.
No, what? It's okay though. You look good, man.
I
You
don't
look
have
clean,
any
you
hair,
know?
Bill.
Yeah,
So
yeah. See,
you're
what are you
doing way
saying, Bill?
better than us.
What are you saying, man?
Yeah, he decided when he was getting close to retirement that
Yeah.
he wanted to just grow his hair long and have his
Right
hippie
on.
flashbacks.
Go back one. Go back one.
Go back one. Go back to this one.
Now go back to
That one.
that's a beautiful Taylor guitar.
Oh, thank you. It was my birthday
Absolutely.
present
That's
2
beautiful.
years ago.
Is that Koa?
What's that?
Is that wood Koa?
That I don't know. It's very different though. I like the color of it.
I
do
think
too.
that's Koa wood, which comes from Hawaii, if I remember right.
Wow. No wonder I
Is
like
it very mid-range to? Is it full sounding, and not
Yes.
real bright?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that sound.
Yeah,
That's
it
a
was
special
marked
kind of wood.
difference. When we came to, I go to do the sound on it from what the previous guitar was, it was like a world of difference.
I love Taylor guitars, man, and that's a looker, and I can tell how it sounds just by looking at it. I worked at Guitar Center for a couple of years, and I
Oh.
played every guitar you can imagine, and I tested them all for, is a $3,000 guitar really worth $3,000 versus the $300 one? And the question, if you're a player, is overwhelmingly yes.
Well, that one, I had a Keith Urban. That was my first guitar, and that I paid $150 for. And I had it for a long time and thought, I didn't know whether I was going to keep up with the guitar or not. But when I started playing more live and everything, it became apparent I probably needed to upgrade at some point. But I just happened to go into the guy's shop that was doing my strings for me, and he had it for sale. And he said, if you're going to upgrade, he said, this is really going to be a good guitar for you. And so I got it used for like $1,700, I think.
Oh, that's a
Wow.
steal.
So yeah,
Wow.
It really
Yeah, I
is.
took
That's a
it and ran
beautiful
with it.
guitar. Good job.
yeah.
So how
I love
long
this-
have you been playing as a musician? Sorry, Chris.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say I love the studio pictures because
I do too,
love
man.
the
It's
studio
fantastic.
pictures.
It makes me want to go
Yeah.
record right
I
now.
know, right?
Yeah, can you see all those guitars and the
Yes.
bass? The guitar guy that I use in the studio is amazing. The fact that he can play all those, but he brings all these cases in and he has such an ease to switch back and forth between each instrument. It's just mind blowing.
We have our favorite babies.
Yep.
Yes, definitely so. Definitely so. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Oh,
those
that's
are
nice.
awesome pictures. Isn't that cool?
That is
That's in the
fantastic.
Heights area of Houston, and there's a lot of artsy type
Okay.
things in that area.
Is that a Cadillac that somebody wrapped with cats?
I think it's a Cadillac. Yeah.
Okay. That coming in my yard.
He's lived with it for over 26 years.
Look, there's Bill and his drumsticks again. Bill's making a point.
This
that
is what
he's a
drummers
drummer.
do, man. You know that. Come on now. He can't carry his drums with him.
And
No,
what's
you can't.
what's
You
funny
can't.
is our bass player, which is in that trio picture that you just saw,
Okay.
they ended up finding out that they were in college together and didn't
Oh,
even know
weird.
it.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
That
and
is
what
wild.
you were asking
Crazy.
about the guitar, I didn't even start playing guitar till I was 51 is when I
Wow.
picked it up.
Wow.
And so to learn the way I did, and then within a year already be writing songs and everything just kind of
Okay, now you piqued my curiosity.
Yeah.
Did you teach yourself through like the internet? Did you go take lessons? How did you, because you're obviously an accomplished player, you're playing live.
Well, I had been an office manager for 20 years, or more, plus time in the military. I'm Air Force.
Thank you
Nice.
for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
welcome.
military family. My son's a Marine. Hoorah.
Oh, cool. But I had done that. I wanted to do something with music, but I wasn't sure what. And a friend of mine worked at the School of Rock, and she said, you need to join our adult band. She said, I think you'd really enjoy it. So I said, well, I don't really know what I would do, but I guess I'll start out with an acoustic guitar and kind of see how it goes. And then
Cool.
bam! I mean, it was just so sudden, that everything just came together like that, where it just this portal opened and all of a sudden I was writing songs and then creating the business and getting people together to play. And Bill would just kind of sit downstairs. He wasn't really involved at that point, and the bass player would come over and would be practicing upstairs with some of the other guys that, we would be playing with from time to time. And then when Bill started drumming again and decided to join the band, he was talking to Ken, the bass player, and they found out that they were in college together.
That's so crazy.
So it's just weird how it all kind of came together. And
how long had you not been playing, Bill, before you picked up the sticks again?
45 years.
Wow.
Oh my God.
So for both of us,
wow.
you can, to
so cool.
find this later in life was just incredible.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So just so people know that are watching, I'm on Suzanne'sBand.com, and it's SUZANNES band.com.
Yeah.
And I'm showing right now the albums. And so you have the Bandana Woman. How long has it been out? It says 2026.
Since February.
Okay. So since February.
So that one will be going in for the Grammys next week. As a matter of fact, I need to load it in there and get it ready. The Kenny Store that you're seeing on there, that's a single off the album.
I figured.
Separate.
Same with Falling, and Come Down for Christmas, Ice and Fire. I saw Ice and Fire was in the top 10 on some list earlier when I was scrolling through things.
Yeah.
And Hilo and Fuego. Okay, cool.
Yep.
And then you have is the Ice so that's a full CD, the Ice and Fire there, and then Underneath the Tree is a single. Right, and Back to You is a full album.
Songs are all and Back to You is an album, and then the Christmas songs are all singles. I haven't come out with a Christmas album yet, but I do love holiday music. So,
cool.
Every time I go in the studio and record, I always try and record a Christmas song or two as well.
Nice. Right on.
Just to make use of the time and the music.
You're trying, because we need somebody to get Mariah Carey off that throne. It's just
somebody else gets Christmas for a while.
It's because once, what is it, like November 1st, all of a sudden Mariah Carey starts, she makes like her entire income in a month.
Yeah, it's a radio takeover for sure.
It's insane.
Genius.
And I don't even listen to that type of music, and I still somehow just it just invades your space on some point in time. So now I'm gonna pick your brain. So out of your 3 albums that you have here, what is your favorite of the 3?
Well, I mean, Bandana Woman is probably going to, be my favorite, I would say, just because of the progress that's been made.
Okay.
And, a lot of people would pull their oldest things and only show new things. They would but I like having it on there, even though if you go back to the beginning, even and hear the differences in the vocals or things like that, I like seeing the growth. I like, and some of the songs are good, even though they might not be production perfect or vocally perfect. There's still some good meat there. Case in point, off the Back to You album, On a Good Day, that second song, it's one of my top played songs on Spotify.
All right, well, here we go.
You got to play Back to You.
I am. Oh, my bad. I thought I hit Back to You.
On a Good Day.
There it is. My bad.
I hate to hit Back to You.
What? My fault. DJ mess up. I was on a roll too, Mike, from last show to this show.
All good, brother. I forgive you always. I like this vibe.
Hold me like you used to. Kiss me every time I see you. Close my eyes, you shine through. A glimpse of the past I feel is true. Tell me you're not leaving. Tell me you wanna stay. Give me one good reason. I will still find a way, oh, back to you.
I like it.
I do too. I like the vibe a lot. Great tempo.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with Bill. There's things about that track I would like to just really enhance. I heard it in my head as it was playing. So did Bill. I saw him jamming back there. It's a great song, but in a live setting, like Chris always says, things are just a little bit faster. You got to fill in things a little bit more as musicians.
Yeah.
I just heard all that in my head, and I'm like, man, what fun I would have with that. That reminded me of like Jeff Beck and Beth Hart jamming together. The dichotomy of the voice and the guitar, and just really cool tempo choice. Great job there. I dig that tune.
Yeah, it's kind of got that Bonnie Raitt vibe to it.
It does. I heard a little bit of Mazzy Star in there.
Oh, nice. Good call, brother.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I love her voice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, she only has one or two good songs, you know, but on a whole, that kind of had that little vibe. And I saw her. I didn't personally see her live, but I saw a performance of her at some massive festival, and she literally just stood there.
I've seen that clip.
And owned her space.
Yep.
And the entire crowd was just
subdued.
Yeah. It was amazing.
She just hypnotized an entire crowd.
Yeah.
One thing that we did with the Ice and Fire album is we took the actual song off of their Ice and Fire.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it was more of a bossa nova, slow, jazzy song, I took it and revamped it and turned it into a J-Lo Pitbull kind of reggaeton, almost vibey song.
Okay.
You know, to try something new. And then I did it in Spanish and English. I did it as a dual release.
Oh, wow.
So that's why you have Hielo y Fuego and Ice and Fire remix, because they're both singles of the same song, but one's in Spanish and one's in English. So
that completely makes sense now.
When I promote it on Spotify, I'll usually
I wasted time and money.
Send it to a lot of other countries that speak Spanish when I'm going to promote it. And so that one does well there. And then the other one might do well in English speaking countries. So just something to try and, you know, see. It was a good challenge for me as an artist and for producing from that standpoint too. And just kind of do something a little bit different.
Now, do you speak Spanish or did you just learn to sing the song in Spanish?
A mix of both. I'm not fluent. I took it for 2 years in high school, but you know how that goes.
Yes, I do.
Hola, me llamo Cristobal.
You don't use it. You lose it, you know, very quickly. So
I know más cerveza, por favor, and donde el baño. I know how to get a beer.
Enchilada, you know, I know all the main, you know, important words. Yeah.
Yeah. ¿Dónde está el aeropuerto? ¿Dónde está el baño? ¿Dónde está el hospital? Hola, me llamo Cristobal.
Chris is pretty good. He does the Duolingo.
Yeah, I can pick up some stuff. I switched the Duolingo from Spanish to chess. I've been doing chess on Duolingo for probably about 6 months now. Nikki switched to piano on Duolingo, and I was poking fun at her last night, saying I'm going to get her a piano for Christmas. She's like, no, you're not. I'm like, okay, then.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. So I'm playing in the background without sound, the Back to You video, because I like videos, and I wanted to have some ambiance going on.
I like this video so far, too.
Yeah.
This video, is Back to Brown, I believe.
Oh,
and
Back to Brown. Okay.
Yeah, this is Back to Brown, and that's the first song off the Ice and Fire album.
Back to Brown. Okay, Back to Brown.
And it's still doing really well, too, on the streaming platforms. It's kind of got it's a bluesy kind of song.
Nice.
So, yeah, I like the video.
Give me a little volume on that.
Really well.
Please.
Okay. Definitely see the blues or feel the blues in it, for sure.
Now you're talking my language.
You give me everything I desire. You bring out the best in me, and baby, let's fire. Down deep in my soul, you're the rock in my roll. To me you belong. I wrote down this song so everyone will know. You lifted up my frown and turned my blue eyes back to brown. You lifted up my frown and turned my blue eyes to brown.
Now,
He knew
that
better
scene,
than to end it before that lick happened, I can tell you that.
So the scene where the chick's feeding the guy popcorn behind, that's impressive. That's knowing exactly where the dude's at. You're not getting in the nose. I wonder how many shots that took. Just because I mean, she did. She went like this, and boom, popcorn in the mouth. Man, that was impressive right there.
I like that one. That's got a good vibe to it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would end up shoving it up his nose or something.
Right.
You call those Lucy moments, because it's like if there's going to be something that happens, it's going to happen to me.
I like your phrasing a lot, Mia. Your phrasing is really good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pick up on that where you start and stop,
Yeah. It does. It flows easy. It's very catchy.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not just kissing your ass either because we know. Just saying.
No, if it's bad music, I'm just not going to say anything.
Yeah.
I would either not say anything or I'd be given constructive criticism.
Moving on. Moving on.
Technical difficulties. I don't know what happened.
Once you start talking Americana and the blues and real songwriting, I'm all in as long as you know what you're doing. And you guys definitely know what you're doing. So kudos. Those are really good songs.
Well, thanks. They were a lot of fun to write. It's always nice when you go into the studio and you hear it for the first time, because when it's just been you noodling on a guitar or piano, when you can hear what you think you'd like it to sound in your head, it's always a shock when you hear it for the first time.
Oh, for sure.
So much fun to make. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is Far, Far Away. This is the one you just released, right?
Yep.
Okay. And now is this a beach in Texas?
It sure is. It's about an hour and a half away.
Okay.
And we actually played there as a band.
Nice. That's a hell of a beach, man.
It's really cool.
When you say Texas, I don't think beach, to be honest with you. I think Aussie pissing on the Alamo. And I think just barren desert space from Arizona to, Austin. That's the two things that come to mind, because I don't like the Cowboys. Can't stand them. So yeah, so are those reefs actually in Texas?
No.
Okay. Well, I had to ask because I just went coral reef snorkeling last month. So. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The bird of
What I
paradise.
do is I mix a combination of stock footage with real footage.
Okay.
So it kind of looks like it could be a part of it, but.
So how much of a hand do you have in your videos?
Oh, quite a bit.
Okay.
At the very least, like with the Back to Brown video that we saw, it was somebody that created the video that wasn't even in this country. But they specialize in blues songs.
Cool.
They were recommended by a promoter I use. So
right on.
I basically told him, I said, hey, I want the girl to have long curly hair and, I want the guy to have a beard. I kind of wanted it to be a representation of us.
Yeah.
Without, having us there to film something. And so he did good with catching the vibe on that.
Oh, he did fantastic.
But with one like this, where I'm actually in it and we're combining footage, I will write out the entire video script.
Oh, cool.
And I'll even do it down to the second. I'll say, at this point, put this here. At this point, put this here. And we just start kind of combining everything all in with the footage. And I have a video guy that I use that does all that. And he puts it all together for me and does all that technical stuff that I would beat my head against my keyboard if I had to do it.
That's just really cool that you're that involved. I like to hear that.
Yeah, I do too. You're storyboarding
nobody
your
knows
stuff.
the song like I do, and
Agreed.
So
I guarantee you this guy's not going to let somebody make a video about his song that he doesn't approve of. So that's why I say your words mean. I didn't realize that until I met Chris. Your words mean so much to you, right? I'm a musician first and foremost. I don't write lyrics. I have plenty to say that nobody wants to hear, right? So I just do. I turn my amp up, and you got to listen. I was like, here, I figured out how to get people to listen to me.
Yeah.
It makes a difference on how people see the song. Like with the producer I used for the Bandana Woman album was also a producer for Loverboy and Nickelback and all that. His name's Dale Penner. And
Cool.
He had heard the song Cruising with You, which is the last one on the album.
Right.
And he just wasn't sure about putting it on the album. He said, I don't know about that song. He said, I just don't get it. I don't like the thing at the beginning. And I said, just stay with me. I said, when you see the video, I know what I'm doing for the video. It'll all make sense. And sure enough, after the song was put together, he was already kind of coming along. He really liked the groove of the song. And then when he saw the video, he's like, okay, yeah.
Sometimes nobody knows better than, well, almost all the time, nobody knows better than the artist.
Yeah.
You're like you said, you see that in your head. When him and I are writing a song together, we know what we want that end product to be. It might not be in the beginning we know what we want it to be, but you said, you have a framework and you just start building around that.
Yeah.
I'm just impressed that you started.
And it took me three different times of writing that particular song before it was finally put onto an album. Because I kept, it got scrapped because there wasn't enough room on the album that I was doing at the time, or it just didn't fit with the rest of the songs. But, third time's the charm. So this time I thought, okay, I got it now. This is it felt right. And sure enough, it was the good ending.
Now, when you say you rewrite it, because I wrote the lyrics and came up with the melodies based on what Mike was playing and stuff, and I very seldom did I rewrite a song. Like I may have moved a line here or there. I may have restructured.
Do you mean like we called it like woodshedding or workshopping or what? You're not really changing the song. You're just, what would you call it? You're adding atmosphere.
Well, that's what I was asking. Did you actually rewrite the song like how it was originally written? Now, is it a third version of the original version of it, or I would everything I write is in ballad poetry format. So I would write a lyric and I'd give it to Mike at a practice, and I'd come back next practice and he'd have music that always matched perfectly what my emotional intention was, what my angst was, energy, whatever you want to say. He was the only one that could ever take those words and turn them into music. It's just innate ability. I equate it to Lennon and McCartney, even though we're not them, but that was the dynamic. Here, write a song that matches these lyrics, and he always would. The only changes that would ever take place would be if I felt that should be the chorus as opposed to the verse, flip-flop like that, or if I felt, hey, there needs to be a bridge there between the verse and the chorus to build up to it, stuff like that. But on a whole, I never really rewrote any of the lyrics once I had them on paper, and musically it was there, but the structure and format may have changed a little bit. So that's why I asked that question, because to me, from a creative process, personally, and this is just me, it would be hard to go back in and rewrite a song that I originally wrote with this kind of, this kind of mindset to it. And then, like you said, it didn't fit the music of the other albums, or didn't have space for it. So it's a legit just question of mine. Is it completely different from the original version, or did you just kind of do tweaks?
I think it's fairly different from the original version.
Okay.
Definitely faster. The bridge was added. The chord structures were changed up.
That's rewriting the song if you change the chord structure. That's what I was looking for too.
Yeah. So, we just changed it up so it moved faster, and that everything was cohesive. That's the kind of the word I'm looking for.
And I know there's artists out there that do that, Mia, but I'm with Chris. Like when you started talking like that, I start like shallow breathing and sweating. I'm like, what would I do? How I'm so attached to what we did in the end. I'm like, I'm sure I could do it if I had to, but man, that makes me nervous.
Yeah. I think that's one of the first ones that I've ever done that much of a change to, and then it still made it onto an album. There's songs that I'll start writing and I'll think, well, that's an okay idea, but let me flip that and do this with it, or there's those kinds of rewrites.
Oh, we did that 100 times too. Like put something on the shelf
on probably a regular basis when you're a songwriter. But my favorites are the ones that just come to you in 5 minutes, and like the Kenny Store or Back to Brown, those that I pretty much wrote out in 10, 15 minutes and they were good to go and I didn't look back.
They're always the most fun.
They can only be that easy.
They're always the most fun to play live too. It's the ones that you put the time into. You're like, what was I thinking? I threw every technique I know in this one song. I'm such a dumbass.
Right. And that goes back to my comment before, like when if I have an idea for a song, right, and I'm 2 or 3 verses into it, then I lose it, I stop. I don't force it. I don't try to fix that. I've been writing this song for 30 years that I've never finished, and I won't finish until the muse is there again.
That's one thing him and I have in common, about the same amount of time. And unbeknownst to us, because they're two different, we've never talked about it until we started doing this podcast. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
And every now and then, like he said, the muse will strike you and a little more of that song will continue on. It just happened to me about 2 weeks ago. I was so happy. It's like, oh, there's that
you'll
piece.
Be working on another song and you'll think, oh, wait a minute. And you'll remember this
That's
other
what happened. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. I was playing, thinking I was writing something else. And I'm like, no, that's the next piece of that song. Mm-hmm. Thank you for saying that. That's exactly what happened.
It's really cool. And it's, not everybody has that kind of gift. And it can be a blessing and it can be a curse, because if you wake up at 2 a.m. and you've got a song in your head and you got to go write it down. Otherwise, if you don't,
he says that all the time.
Right.
It's like,
and you repeat it in your head 3 times thinking you're going to remember the next morning and you don't. I used to always have to sleep with, when we were in the height of our band Nemesis, I had a little notepad next to me, but back then you didn't have cell phones and shit. So I would just grab the notebook and then go in the other room and scribble, hoping to God I could read it in the morning because my handwriting sucks. And then thank God the invention of voice recorder on phones, because then I would just grab my phone and I would record I would open up and do a voice memo and speak what I was hearing in my head, and then if I had the melody, then I would sing to that, which I always thought sounded fucking terrible because I'm the world's worst critic. When oh my God, what the hell was I thinking there? And I'm that guy that prides himself. I've never been auto-tuned or anything, but it's just that thing, right? As a singer, when you record something and it's just raw, and you're just trying to capture a melody, it's never in key. It just sounds terrible. You just got to trust the process.
Well, at least when you and I were recording, auto-tune wasn't invented until 1998. No. So
yeah. Yeah. It's there for people like David Lee Roth and Vince Neil,
but they don't use it.
I know they really should. I saw something.
They really should use it, but you have to get close to the note first before it actually works.
I saw something yesterday that Vince Neil's been accused of lip syncing, and I'm like, really?
I saw your comment.
Where?
I should have liked
just
it.
Now?
Chris is like, where have you been? We've known this for years.
And then somebody else chimed in that same thread. Maybe David Lee Roth and Axl Rose need to get on the same page or something, because they're both just. I mean, God bless them. You're still doing what you love to do, but you're killing so many years with that. So let's go back to some non-ear screaming music and listen to Cruising With You.
Yeah.
Walk, don't walk. Walk, don't walk. I live on the corner of Indecision and Mercy Street. One way leads to the unknown, another to the past I've outgrown. Then I see you, and now the motor's running, turning, moving down the road. Highways move so fast, cruising's meant to last, taking our time, nothing so fine as cruising with you, cruising with you.
I dig it. It's catchy.
It is very catchy.
It's
we end all of our shows with it.
I
Oh,
can
right
see
on.
why.
Yeah.
Who's
And we
doing
always
your
say, "Hey,
background
you know,
vocals?
before we
Mia?
cruise out." What's that?
Who's doing your background vocals?
Well, isn't that a good question?
That's a great question.
On previous albums, I've always had other people come in and do them with me. And this time I did them all myself.
That's why I
Cool.
asked.
Yes.
Yep.
I should have
Yeah.
just said,
Kinda-
did you do your own background vocals?
yeah.
Because I heard
Yes.
you in all those
Mhm.
layers and
I did
harmonies.
too. I did
Yeah, it was so much fun. The guy that I used for my vocal help anyway with that side of the recordings, he took a page from Michael Jackson's book, and Michael Jackson would have like 10 or 15 layers or more.
Mhm.
Oh, more,
And a lot of
sometimes
his
way
tracks.
more.
Sometimes
Yeah.
way more. And so that's what he would do for every phrasing. I would go in and do a low, somewhat low, mid, high,
Yeah.
and just build
Yeah.
up on it. And then we would decide how many of those we wanted and what sounded better, a
Yeah.
higher set or a lower set or whatever. And it worked out really good.
They're
because,
beautiful. Great,
Oh, thank
great
you.
job.
Yeah.
Well, and thank you for being real, because like and this dawns on me just because yesterday I was at the gym working out, and I kid you not, for the hour and a half I was there, I want to say 80 minutes of it, it was just stupid auto-tuned robot-y voices,
Ugh.
pop stuff and bullshit music that, like, really, you're not singing. Anybody could do that. Anybody with no talent can do that now, which sucks because that's not what music is about.
Right.
Music is about the raw talent and
You're
the fact
supposed to
that
be
you're
able to
standing on
feel it.
stage. Yes.
Tell
You're
me you
stripped
can
down.
feel
Yeah,
that robotic. Everything's right on a meter, snapped to a
Yes.
grid on a computer. That's the other thing I hate is that snap to grid bullshit
Mhm.
where everything's in. And I know I'm speaking Bill's language now. Rock and roll and country and Americana was not meant to be in perfect time. It was meant to have a
No.
swing to it. Correct, Bill?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Exactly.
I don't want to leave Bill out. I just
No. That's why I kept pointing out Bill's picture when I come across Bill holding the drumsticks. I'm look, there's Bill. Look, there's
Really?
Bill. Okay,
But when
Bill
you're
is here.
talking to a drummer, that's what their passion is they're driving the ship, right? You're the captain. You're either following me or the whole thing's going to fall apart.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
there's times where you want to step things up, pull it back a little bit. That's where the breathing of the music comes from.
That's why I couldn't be a studio drummer. A studio drummer sit there and he just keeps time because the vocal is what it's all about.
You could have been a
and you
studio
want-
drummer in my band because I wanted to capture a live feel. So
Yeah.
So yeah, I had all the emotion, all the stuff that, like I was listening to Cruising right there and I was thinking, why didn't they, because there's a build coming out of the verses where it's, it's like a halftime.
I heard
At
that
the
too.
very end of that verse, then we start building it up, speeding it up to the chorus. So, it's going somewhere. It has some emotion to it. So,
Now, here's another question I've asked a lot of musicians because again, Mike and I's foundation is bands and music and playing live and playing live and shows and things like that. So, as you are progressing, like writing when you're writing Bandana, right, the album, did you play out these songs before you recorded them? Or did you just work on to the point to where, okay, I have enough material to record Bandana Woman, I'm going to go to the studio and record it?
Great question.
Thank you.
With other albums, I did that
Okay.
to kind of get a good feel out there for,
Yeah.
what was going to fly or not.
Yeah.
And I've even recorded a song that I wasn't sure was going to go on the album, and I played it live. And one of the people that was regularly coming to the shows at that point said, "You have to put that on the album." He said, "That's a great song."
Yeah.
And so I'm glad I listened. For Bandana Woman, I'm trying to think if I played anything before we recorded or not. I want to say that I did.
Bill's saying
Could've
no.
said no.
Bill's saying no. Bill's
I don't
saying
think
no.
we did with this one.
I didn't know if you did something solo, but we didn't do anything as a band.
As a band, okay.
Yeah, I don't
Now,
think
what do
so
you
with
now?
this one.
So knowing that, because to me, with the style of music that Mike and I played,
It
we
was
were
a necessity to play.
Yeah,
it
because
live
we
first, for sure.
people ask me all the time, what were you guys like, and we were Creed before Creed was Creed. Like that's how I wrote. I didn't write about getting laid and drinking beers and shit like that. It's
Can I
just
put
all
this
life
into a
experiences.
quick
Go ahead.
perspective?
Yes, go ahead, Mike.
It was 1993 and grunge had taken over, and we all collectively agreed that by the time we were going to make it, the world would be ready for just straight ahead rock and roll again.
Right. Which is
And
what
that's
we
pretty
were.
much what we played.
Yeah. Yeah. But in the other bands I've been in since the last one I was in, we played nothing out live until after it was recorded. And looking back on that experience, I hate it. I hate the final result because I'm the type of singer that there's so much that I can do different live, and the tempo's faster, the energy's different, that what we did in Nemesis, everything was played out 1,000 times, 10,000 times before we went to Mike's apartment and I stood in the bathroom and recorded the song.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked that. So knowing that answer, and there's no wrong answer to this question.
No.
Do you feel the end product is better or worse based on your other two experiences recording and playing those songs out in public before laying them down?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so. I
Okay.
think it was just different because I was with the other albums, I was new,
Okay.
newer in the business. I wasn't really sure what people were going to enjoy or want.
Oh,
Okay, then
gotcha.
let me ask that question in reverse.
Yeah.
Now that you've recorded it
Mm,
and you've played these songs out live, or you have, correct?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Do you
Okay.
wish there's things that you could do now differently on the album?
Oh, good question.
I don't know. I mean, with this one, I think everything came out the way it was supposed to come out.
That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, that
Um,
is. That's great.
There's a couple on here that aren't quite as playable live, and it always seems like that happens, that there's some that are a
Yeah.
little bit tricky, that they were okay in the recording studio,
Yeah.
and they're good as far as where
Well,
they
like-
play, but
Like Chris said, there's no wrong answer to that
Mm,
question because we're
no.
all artists, right? But
Mhm.
I agree 1,000,000% with what he said, and that's why we work so well in a band together. There's so many things that happened by accident when I was on stage because of the momentum and those became parts of the song later on. Just,
Yeah.
like he said with his vocals, he would do things live where that would end up being the song going forward. It's like, hey, that thing you did last night, let's keep doing that always.
one
Yeah.
thing that we were amazed on with this is as soon as I had all the songs in the can where I knew
Yeah.
we weren't going to really change anything, that
Yeah.
pretty much it was going to go on the album and we were good with it.
Yeah.
We started playing some of the songs live to get used to playing them. So
Yeah.
that when we did our album release, it was like we'd been playing them for months, which we
Cool.
had to. So,
Right.
and in that time that we were playing those songs live, people would react to the music, even though they had never heard it before.
Oh, good.
They would be clapping and acting like it was just one of the songs that they
Been
had
on the radio.
requested
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
Kind of like a
Well, that-
comedian
like,
workshopping their
Whoa.
comedy.
Right. But that goes back to how you write, because like Mike said earlier, your phrasing is simple. I mean, and I'm not saying that I'm not downplaying at all, because I
Yeah.
like what you do.
No,
It
that's
sounds
what
great.
makes it catchy.
But yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
You don't overthink it, so it's easy to pick up on the beat and the tempo and what you're doing. So I could see that on just the stuff we listen to here. That I could see that in the crowd. All of a sudden, everybody's clapping to something
Yeah.
they haven't heard before because they feel that from the
Uh-huh.
structure of the song, which is cool.
I've said this to a lot of singers as a producer in the studio. You know your voice,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Uh-huh.
You know your voice in the best way possible. Chris
Yeah.
knows his voice in the best way possible. If you don't know your voice in the best way possible, you're never going to be a great singer. And there's people that are in their head that think they're better than they are. That's my point.
Yeah.
You're not trying to hit a Mariah Carey note. You're not trying to get down into the lower register where you don't belong, right? Just like when I started playing lead guitar, my teacher would always tell me, I'd try to go up past the 12th fret. He's like, you don't belong up there yet, right? You got no business up there. We got to stretch your fingers out and, develop dexterity and stamina. And I'm with Chris. I really appreciate the way that you use your phrasing and that you don't oversing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
You find your pocket and you stay in your pocket, which is cool. And that's not to say you're not pushing yourself. You just find your pocket. You're comfortable with what you do, and that you can tell that when you listen to the music, which is what you want. It's
Yeah,
not
you're not under
No.
singing either, which is a
No.
huge problem for a lot of people. Their confidence isn't up there yet, so they don't really stay on top of the song, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's been a mixed bag. You know, when you put your songs out there for airplay, whether it's for radio or playlist or
Right.
whatever, I get some people that say, "Oh, hey, it was really great. We're putting it on this playlist and we love it.
Yeah.
We love your voice." And then on the same song, you know, you get people that say,
Yep.
"Well, it just didn't do it for me. I felt
Right.
like it could have gone better in the vocals, and the chorus didn't change from the verse much." And I thought,
Different stroke.
how could this be?
But that's the beautiful thing about music. It's open to interpretation. And I've made this comment before on the show when, you know, the band Disturbed, I'm assuming, right? And the song they did, Down with the Sickness, that's always been kind of alluded to. That was about an abusive relationship with his mother. Well, Draymond came out a couple of years ago and said that whole thing was made up. I'm like, dude, you can't do that. You can't do that. So many people resonated with that song because of that violence and anger in the middle of it. You can't come out and say, "Oh, that was all bullshit. I have a great relationship with my mother." Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, just, you know, that's the beautiful thing about music. It's everybody has the right to interpret it how they want. Love it or hate it, doesn't matter. The fact that they still listen to it and they still have a comment about it. We're starting to get hate comments and stuff, which is great because that means you've gone somewhere with what you do.
Yeah, here's a guy trying to do a positive thing at the end, and we've both been touched by this, but it's just kind of funny. You know, you're reading through the comments, and one of the comments on YouTube was, "I never thought about killing myself, but listening to this dude drone on really just kind of makes me want to off myself."
Right?
Wow.
Probably a 13-year-old
you
kid in
know,
his mother's basement, you know? I mean,
probably. But, you know, it's
regardless.
Not like, we're not like,
that's
"Whoa,
jealousy
me."
talking. It just is.
It's,
Come on.
you know, it's just, but that's the fun thing about when you put yourself out there on any type of platform, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to love you.
Right.
You just don't. There's people that hate Will Ferrell with a passion, right? And there's people that think he's the greatest comedic actor that's ever was, you know? This is what it is, right? I can't stand Mariah Carey, but millions of other people love her to death, right?
Right.
So take your criticism as a compliment because they took time to listen to it and they took time to critique it in their mind and share it with you. Now, as long as they're not being assholes about it, right?
Right.
As long as they're being a good human and just saying, "Hey, it's not my style," so be it. You know, we've had people on the show that has, the music was cool, but it's not my thing. But I'm not going to slam them for it because it's their creation. It's what they did. It's what they stood behind. So roll with it.
And I agree with that statement. I'll give a quick shout out because I don't do it often enough. They came up on my playlist today. Shout out to Gibson and Company. If you're looking for some good music like you guys like, they're a band out of Canada. They're called Gibson and Company.
Yeah.
They came up in the middle of hundreds of songs that I have in this particular playlist, and I was like, "Wow, what is that?"
Yeah. Well, and they're kind of your guys' realm of
they're very Americana Southern rock country.
Right.
Okay.
But they control aspects of it. Like they're behind their videos. They're concepting.
Yes.
They're conceptualizing their videos. They're not just letting it for somebody else to do it. So
Right.
you guys would have a lot in common.
Yes.
You could open for Dave Nudo for sure because Dave Nudo is that cool little, kind of Southern country rock type guy that we've had on the show a couple of times that we love. So.
Yeah.
I could definitely see you falling in the pocket with a couple of the bands we've had on the show that you would just kind of gel together and, have a nice little festival of just very entertaining,
Dave.
That would
music
be
for
awesome.
sure.
Yeah, we'd
Jensen
love an
Buck.
opportunity like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are you guys at? You're in Texas?
Yes. We're based in the Houston area.
Okay. We have a guy that Velocita management who's connected us with tons of bands and our, what are we at, 215 episodes now, Mike?
Something like that.
So he might be somebody worth looking into just to see what he has on his plate because he's growing even more so. It's Velocita, Velocita, Velocita Music. I think they're out of Oklahoma, which isn't too far from Texas, I don't think, right?
Nope.
No,
It's a
it's not.
panhandle.
Matter of fact, we just got through with our first ever mini tour.
Oh,
And
nice. How was
we
that?
drove up.
Congratulations.
It was great. We went up to Dallas, played
Cool.
at a winery, and then we went and did a podcast in Oklahoma. Then we drove from there up to Joplin and filmed 2 TV shows for talk shows in that area.
Okay.
And then did a show at a coffee shop there as well before heading back. So it was a nice little chance to get our feet wet, and it'd be nice to have some more opportunities to, do some things like that, go different directions in
Yeah.
the U.S. and to kind of get the music out to other areas other than just where we're at. So it'd be a good growth opportunity. So we're definitely looking for those.
Yeah, I'll email you Bruce's company name. I'll email you his Facebook page, and you can kind of poke at him.
Okay.
Because it is he's a really cool human. Like I don't know how he found us. I forget, but he found us off something we did, and then
Yeah,
he
I don't
just
remember either now, but you talk to him all the time.
yeah, he spoon fed us just a ton of artists, musicians and bands, single, solo,
He definitely
all of them.
jump-started the music side of this podcast, so shout out to Bruce Gambino for sure. Thank you so much, Bruce.
Yeah, that's his main Facebook page. So it's artist
He's the
management,
real
talent
deal,
booking,
as
marketing,
you can
entertainment.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like legit. He's a no bullshit type of guy. He was trying to get us to come and do one of his festivals. We're like, dude, it just doesn't work that way. Mike has a real job. I have, my wife's a teacher, man.
We
I
were just
can't-
getting started at the
It's just
time.
like I just can't leave in the school year, man. I take my grandson to school every day. It's just it doesn't work, man.
We were like 40 episodes in, 60 or
Yeah.
something. We didn't have a website yet, and we're like, Bruce, we love you, buddy, but we're just not there yet.
It's like slow
We're
down,
getting
man.
closer now.
Yeah. So he did give us a shout out this week when I let him. He saw the million views.
Yes,
So that
thank
was
you.
cool. That was cool. So what's on the docket for Mia? Where are we going from here in Suzanne's band?
Well, we're on the tail end of promotion for Bandana Woman. Still,
Okay.
there may be one more video. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
For Lighten My Load, but as far as that goes, it's about to close up on that end, especially with all the Grammy nominating stuff coming up. That'll kind of wrap it up. And then it's back
That'd be
to
awesome. If you get nominated for a Grammy, you got to reach out because we'll get you back
Please
on.
come back. And
That would be fantastic.
boy, I'd have a heart attack. I mean,
would be
you'd have to
fantastic.
Don't do that. We want you back
Don't
on
have
the
a heart
show.
attack. Don't have a
I
heart
would be
attack.
like, what?
Because I
Hey,
want to
you
say
know
we
what?
have the Grammy Award-winning Mia.
Yes.
I wish.
Did
One thing that is cool is playing for the CMAs.
Oh, sweet.
That is cool news. That
Okay.
is the CMAs of Texas.
Okay.
And that chapter is here in the Houston area.
Nice.
And that's where we're going to perform as a full band. They're going to
Congratulations.
play the Kenny Store video behind us as we're playing the Kenny
Nice.
Store song. And the album is up for Americana Album of the Year. So,
Sweet.
Awesome.
yes,
That's
that
cool.
is
That's
exciting.
awesome.
And that's
So good.
October. So we're looking
Okay,
forward
cool.
to that. So,
Cool.
yeah.
So if you want to find out all about Suzanne, Mia, is Suzanne'sBand.com. Or you can Google Bandana Woman. That'll pop up. You're on all the platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, all the different places you can download and stream music, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Wherever.
And it's self-produced, self-published, self-managed, right? Your
Yep.
own type of
And
label.
published, because my publishing company is called Blue Koi Music.
Okay.
And so I publish through that. So,
Good.
Yep.
So there you go. It's a business side. She handles the business side extremely well, obviously, because she has all these different hats. And then she's got Bill the drummer.
Slaves on
Build a drum-
payroll that way, right?
Bill, yeah, right. And so do you set up so when we played, Mike then obviously didn't run sound because he was in the band, but he had a hand in the pre-sound stuff with our sound guys. So do you kind of lay it out for the wherever venue at? This is kind of the levels we need. This is where things need to be adjusted to, so the sound guy knows.
he is the sound guy.
I am the
Okay.
sound.
Why you're playing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Drummers
He's got
can
a
do that.
QSC board, and we
Oh, no
all
kidding.
track the board. We've
Touch
got our
mix, yeah,
interviews.
QSC.
Wow.
We got that, and
Wow.
now we run the entire band through the board, so we don't have, and we run in ears. So we don't have the floor monitors, and we don't have all the amps up on stage or anything.
Wow. And it's
And
all
then
by
if
the
we
drum kit.
feed through a house system, we just take I have a aux channel set up for front of house.
Okay.
I'll just run that over to their input. And
Okay, let me ask you this real quick, Phil. I know Chris has to go, but
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah.
how do you know what the front of house sounds like?
Mm-hmm.
I will go out there and listen to the band without the drums. And then when we practice in the house, all the stuff that we're going to be doing to get the mix right, I run my ears off the front of house channel that I have set up.
Genius.
So that I can hear all the different levels, and I can make sure all the voices are being heard in the right, proportion. Matter of fact, one of the shows we did here recently, the guy came up, I asked him, because he runs sound at the church. I said, "How was the mix?" He goes, "It's the best you've ever sounded." I said, "Oh, cool."
That's awesome.
He
man.
said, "I could hear everything."
I like people to hear these stories because when you go to a concert, doesn't matter if it's at a coffee shop or at an arena, somebody had to make that sound like that. So if it sounded good, that didn't happen by accident. If it sounds bad, that didn't happen by accident. So, kudos to the people who make things sound good every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because we talked about that in a previous show about the sound and what a difference it makes for a show and the product itself. So that's
we
why
pride ourselves with the end product for this podcast even.
Yeah, which is why we had a little pre-conversation with you. I wanted to make sure there's no echo because there's no headphones, because we give you this content if you want it to do what you want. So we want to make sure what we're giving you is top notch because that's just kind of what we strive to do. So
Yeah.
And
I've got an interview section on my YouTube channel. So
cool.
If you guys
we're going to send you about 10 or 15 reels.
Yep.
I'll put it in there.
Awesome.
Mike will edit it all down and I'll send it to you via Google Drive and, have at it.
Look for it in about 10 days, probably, Mia.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And can y'all do like a screenshot too of, where we're at? Because that way I could use it for a thumbnail or,
sure.
Post it on social media. Say, hey, you guys go check out this podcast. And
thank you. We appreciate that.
Everybody do something fun.
Rock and roll.
There you go. I got it. I'll send it to you, Mia. There you go. That's awesome. Cool. You got it.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
All right, boys and girls. So again, this is Mia Walker and her husband Bill, the bodyguard, all around really good guy. Don't mess with him. He's got drumsticks in his back pocket. I guarantee you. Drum extraordinaire. So you want to find out more about them? It's Suzanne'sBand.com, or you can just Google Bandana Woman, and they will come up. All kinds of great things going on in their world. They have 3 albums you can buy on all the streaming platforms. So go buy them, go support them, because that's what this is about. Music. Life without music sucks. That being said, if you're feeling sad, suicidal, or depressed, I don't know how you could be after listening to us, but if you are, go scream in a pillow, go outside and run, go work out, go find something to change your mindset. If you cannot, go to sunflowersober.com. It's a great free resource to help get your mindset right. If you need to talk to somebody right now and you just can't, Zobi Space AI on Google Play and Apple is a chat-based therapist that will actually talk you off the cliff. Tomorrow is always a better day with you waking up in it. Don't leave a hole in somebody else's heart because you chose to leave this earth before you were supposed to. For Chris, I'm Chris. For Mike, I'm Chris. This is Mia and Bill. Suzanne'sBand.com. Check them out. Nothing but love. We appreciate your time because that's the most valuable commodity we have in this world. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Look forward to hearing about your Grammy nod, and we'll get you back on so you can hold the Grammy up.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to that.
Here we are. All right.
No, that would be really nice.
All right. Yeah, it would be. It'd be fantastic.
Well,
don't go anywhere yet. Let's make sure we're all good.
Right.
Love you, brother.
Love you too, man. Peace.
Peace.
Take a moment, listen to your sin.
freezing.